Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 24 in the New Living Translation for August 24, 2023. Don't envy evil people or desire their company, for their hearts plot violence, and their words always stir up trouble. A house is built by wisdom and becomes strong through good sense. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. The wise are mightier than the strong, and those with knowledge grow stronger and stronger. So don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many advisors. Wisdom is too lofty for fools. Among the leaders at the city gate, they have nothing to say. A person who plans evil will get a reputation as a troublemaker. The schemes of a fool are sinful. Everyone detests a mocker. If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. Rescue those who are unjustly sentenced to die. Save them as they stagger to their death. Don't excuse yourself by saying, "Look, we didn't know." For God understands all hearts and He sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will repay all people as their actions deserve. My child, eat honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb is sweet to the taste. In the same way, wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future, and your hopes will not be cut short. Don't wait in ambush at the home of the godly, and don't raid the house where the godly live. The godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. But one disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked. Don't rejoice when your enemies fall. Don't be happy when they stumble, for the Lord will be displeased with you and will turn His anger away from them. Don't fret because of evildoers. Don't envy the wicked, for evil people have no future. The light of the wicked will be snuffed out. My child, fear the Lord and the King. Don't associate with rebels, for disaster will hit them suddenly. Who knows what punishment will come from the Lord and the King? Here are some further sayings of the wise. It is wrong to show favoritism when passing judgment. A judge who says to the wicked, "You are innocent," will be cursed by many people and denounced by the nations. But it will go well for those who convict the guilty. Rich blessings will be showered on them. An honest answer is like a kiss of friendship. Do your planning and prepare your fields before building your house. Don't testify against your neighbors without cause. Don't lie about them. And don't say, "Now I can pay them back for what they've done to me. I'll get even with them." I walked by the field of a lazy person, the vineyard of one with no common sense. I saw that it was overgrown with nettles, it was covered with weeds, and its walls were broken down. Then as I looked and I thought about it, I learned this lesson. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. Oh man, that's facts. I just wanted to snooze the alarm today and roll over. You know, can you smell rain? I don't mean like rain approaching, you know, like ozone and what is it? Petricolor. Oh, excuse me. As soon as my eyes popped open this morning, I did not know it was supposed to rain. I could like smell it. I don't know how to put it. Like the humidity, I guess. Just, I think it's raining. Sure enough, go to the window and everything's wet. And then I get in my car and the sky opened up. Nothing like starting your morning off with hydroplaning down the interstate. I made one delivery and I'm reported to this other location, but I think I'm just going to head home, go make some breakfast maybe. Everybody should be getting up right about now. And the wife has to get going to work here soon. Yeah, don't envy evil people, including what they have, right? Or desire their company. It'll just be trouble. But when you build your house with wisdom, it says through knowledge, its rooms are filled with all sorts of precious riches and valuables. Again, this is like the self-control thing, right? As well as just being able to make wise decisions and make money and not lose things. The wise are mightier than the strong. Those with knowledge grow stronger and stronger. Victory depends on having many advisors, but you need wise people. You need a wise circle. And you can't just have anybody weighing in, because fools and mockers are happy to talk. It's interesting, this verse, though, in verse 7, it says, at the city gates, the fools have nothing to say. Whereas, like all of Proverbs, you can't shut them up, right? Pardon me. Oh, man. I had to drag myself out of bed for work this morning. I really didn't want to. If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. I think that covers a broad range of failure, right? Physical, mental, spiritual. But the point is, it's like, get stronger, right? Work out. Do it every day. And no matter what you want to say as far as your excuse goes, the Lord knows your heart. You might be able to fool somebody or just lie and they can't prove one way or the other. The Lord knows if that was a lie. The Lord knows if you actually saw that person, and could have helped them. Find wisdom. It's sweet to your soul. And it'll help ensure that your days aren't cut short from stupid decisions. It's like the motto of this channel, right? 24:16. The godly may trip 7 times, but they'll get up again. That may be a failure and a real public one, but I'll just keep getting up. The Energizer Bunny, right? But it's also some protection, right? So people wanting to do us evil, they may get some stuff from us. They may break in. But we'll keep moving. And when they finally get caught, or when somebody catches them in the act, calamity ensues. Don't rejoice when your enemy falls, and don't fret because of evildoers. Man, I don't know. I just saw something out of Houston, a news story that I'm so angry about it. Like, it's not even my place to defend this child. And yeah, when the American government says to the wicked, you're innocent, you'll be cursed by many people and denounced by the nations. I don't know where that coke came from. Certainly wasn't all the people in the cabinet that do coke or the crackhead son. All these cameras, all the surveillance, all this special talent, but like, well, we don't know. Surprise. An honest answer is like the kiss of friendship. Yeah. Meanwhile, we hate these people because they're so wicked. Do your planning, prepare your fields before building your house. It's interesting. We do it the opposite way now, right? Especially subdivisions. You build your house, and then maybe you'll plant a garden or some fields. But in a time when everybody had to grow stuff or do stuff to survive, the fields were kind of an important part. But it's important, I mean, when you plan a new grow facility or mushroom facility or something, the flow through, the way that things work, you gotta plan it out ahead of time. You don't just build a building and figure it out. The field of a lazy person, the vineyard of one with no common sense. Doesn't say it wasn't productive. It doesn't say he wasn't making money. But it's obvious that the system's broken, and it could be functioning better. Maybe grapes are growing. Not enough to make it by, right? Because poverty pounces on you like a bandit. It scarcity attacks you. Strive for the better way to do things. Even if it's the harder way, right? And as for what I just saw, oh my gosh. It was a kid A kid on a school bus. Or a kid, how can I put this? A kid came home without a backpack. The mom explored the situation and started getting details. The child was being raped on the school bus. How are there? I have a hard time imagining no guilty hands. At one point, the bus driver stopped the bus because she thought that they were fighting in the back, when in fact they were raping another kid. Now, I know I'm open about this in my men's group, and I try to be open but not inciting problems on this channel. We cannot take that. What kind of parents raised little monsters like this? On one hand, we can't hold parents accountable for kids' actions, and certainly can't hold kids accountable for parents' actions. Although this was done since antiquity, right? In this case, I don't even understand how other kids on the bus could turn a blind eye. And kids talk and get around. So, even if it happened all the way in the back of the bus, word got around to all those kids and got around the school. The kid had been raped multiple times, like every time they were on the bus. Can you imagine going to school, your parents thinking you're being sent to somewhere at least marginally safe at school, but that the school bus, you're going to be conveyed to your place safely? I'm sorry, but as a dad, I will tell you that, God forbid, if anything ever happened to my kids, my God kid, my close chosen family's kids, I would be rounding up those children, I would be rounding up those parents, and I would be setting the bus on fire with them locked in it. You don't report me to YouTube for inciting violence. I'm letting you know that something like that would snap something inside of me and I would go psychotic. Because just hearing about this just made me freaking twitch. And it's like a school, I believe it was the superintendent was talking about it on camera. We need the legal system. We need justice. But you know what we need? People like that out of the gene pool. I don't want to rehab your kid. If they're out there raping another child, I don't want to rehab them. I don't want them jailed. I don't want to pay for them to live. I want that kid out of my gene pool. And there's no fixing that other kid, the victim. All I can do is remember him in my prayers. And I can't imagine the mom right now with what she found out. And she said the more she found out, the more graphic it became. I'm not sure if it was about true harm or if it was an illustration about faith. And at this point, today is a good reason for me to go back and to read it. But Jesus said it would be better for a millstone to be hung around somebody's neck and thrown into the sea than to harm one of these children. That's what Jesus said. I'm not sure where to go from here. I'll take myself home, make some breakfast and some coffee, I suppose. But not the way that I want to start my day off. My dad got me a small book. Maybe this is where this ultimately came from. I know David Jeremiah was talking about the Proverbs in 31 chapters. But my dad got me a book, and it's a daily devotional. And it covers the Psalms and the Proverbs. So David, the psalmist, and his son, Solomon. So we've got praise and fear of the Lord, and then wisdom. So I've just been reading Proverbs on camera, but I think I'm going to go back to trying to read this devotional as well and get some daily Psalms in. It is a bit more reading because it'll be multiple chapters. But I've been back in read mode. I'm blowing through books, so that's nice. It's a nice change of pace. It's been years. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. As a young guy going into psychology, I thought I was going to be a child psychologist. I wanted to help those kids. And I very, very quickly realized it was not possible. Not that I couldn't be there for them or help them or do well in the craft, but I could not hear stuff like this and not take action. Not for me. I know that Jesus says vengeance is his. The Lord says he will repay. I couldn't listen to a little kid tell me about abuse like this. It would result in me taking extreme actions. But somebody's got to fight for these kids, man. I don't even know what to say. I gotta go back through this video and make sure that I didn't curse in the second half of it because I'm so upset. Man, what is wrong with people? That's all I constantly wonder is, what is wrong with people? I need to stop, right? We're at 16 minutes and you're just listening to me rant at this point. So pray for me, because it's stuff like this. I mean, this is an extreme example, but how do you ignore these triggers for your anger? I feel like this is righteous anger. Hope the session last night wasn't too terrible. I realized I was sitting all stiff, but I was trying to sit on a little stool for the camera. Another long day. And yesterday was long. Today gonna be long. Everybody getting a new routine. Hey, yeah. Alright. Talking to myself. So at this point, let me let everybody go that happens to watch. Go with God. Be blessed. Say your prayers, man.